What's going on, everyone? It's the Kompetitor here, back with another video, and this time we're going over the special topic of shimmying and what are auto-shimmies. So shimmying is probably one of the most important things you'll see in a fighting game. To a casual viewer, you may just watch it in a tournament and wonder, what's so special about that? The guy's just walking in their face, or something like that. But in competitive play, it's probably one of the most hype instances of a match that could happen. So it comes out of, your opponent respecting you. So to cover what a shimmy is, it's basically you baiting some kind of button in order to punish it. For example, Kung Lao has a really good shimmy off of his enhanced Z-Hat, which I'll show in a second, where usually they'll go for a throw afterwards. So a shimmy would be, doing the setup right here. Here we will set the AI to auto block. No, that's the wrong thing. Auto block, and it should cover it. So after a knockdown into Z-Hat, Kung Lao is plus 28. So after this, he has the option to walk up and throw, and it frame traps. I mean, they could neutral duck it, but that's a read. So the shimmy would come in if you do this, walk up, walk back, and whiff punish them. Now, this is super important to opening people up because not every character has an overhead and a low starter. So you need to get your opponent to respect everything that you do. They need to respect your options and whatnot. So, you throw them a couple times afterwards doing that, and they're going to start thinking, oh, he's going to throw me. I better, back up, or I better press a button to stop it, or I better jump. And that's why the shimmy's so powerful, is because you're going to punish them if they jump, you're going to punish them if they press any kind of button because you're expecting it. You want them to press that button. Here's a couple examples of how shimmies work in a match. I'll show me getting shimmied by someone, and then I'll show myself shimmying them with Kung Lao. So in order for shimmying to work in the traditional sense, is usually the player at advantage goes for a throw, and the opponent eats enough throws to where they want to press a button instead. Johnny Cage is probably one of the kings of shimmies in this game, and he definitely was in MKX and MK9. Same thing with like Superman and Atrocitus and Justice 2. All kinds of stuff like that. So once the opponent starts respecting a throw after plus frames, like let's go with after force balls, Johnny's plus 6, right? So let's say after that I start to dash up and throw them, and they're getting tagged by it a lot. Then they decide, you know what, I'm sick of this. I'm gonna just block for a second, and then I'm gonna down to his throw, right? Then they get baited, and that's a shimmy. Being baited by movement or another move in which then they get whiff punished themselves. And that is the basics to a shimmy. It's definitely one of the most hype things you'll ever see in tournament. I do it all the time as Johnny, and it's just one of the most satisfying feelings in a fighting game to hit someone with a shimmy. It's really scary versus like Kung Lao, who has good Oki in this game, and he's really plus off of EX Z-Hat. Johnny's another one. Just a bunch of characters have great shimmies. Scorpion, Cassie, all kinds of stuff. So, I mean, once you see high-level play, you'll notice more. There's a lot of shimmying going on. That's why people get antsy to press buttons. All kinds of stuff like that. So, moving on, let's talk about what an auto shimmy is. I'm going to switch characters here to show you exactly how that works, and probably the best example of it with Cassie. Like Cassie's stand 1 is +1 on block. So a lot of people like to do standing 1 throw. Like with Johnny, I do that all the time. You know, standing 2 into throw, standing 1 into throw, because they're waiting for the full string. And because it's plus on block, they can't react that fast and, you know, poke out the throw, something like that. So stand 1 into throw is really powerful. Now, what makes an auto shimmy really powerful is the fact that the opponent cannot do anything about it. Because they will neutral duck afterwards, or they'll neutral duck the stand 1, right? Because they know you're going to walk up stand 1 throw, or like after a poke you're going to stand 1 throw, something like that. So what the opponent does here is they try to neutral crouch and react to the standing 1 throw. Now what makes Cassie really scary is that she has this string 1-1, right? A full string 1-1-1, but that's not applicable here. The important thing is a 1-1. Now you see the second hit is a mid, so naturally that will hit crouching opponents. But if you notice, it comes out a lot faster than many other characters' second punch, like if they have a jab string. So what does that mean here? That means if the opponent is trying to neutral duck your stand 1 into throw, or neutral duck your throw just by reacting to the punch, you know, thinking it's the grab animation, then they are going to get hit by that second punch before they can react to down 1 it or do anything about it. So we're going to set Cassie, we're going to be Jackie for a second. We're going to set Cassie to walk up, stand 1 and then throw. Alright. Whoop. Did I not record it? My bad. Right? And you can poke out of that, naturally. And if it whiffs, you know, you can poke that, right? You can react to the whiff and poke it. And you're thinking, okay, yeah, so? So let's see what happens when you walk up and do 1-1. See, I'm trying to react to the punch at the same time. But you see that covers that. There's nothing I can really do about it. See, because if you know they're going to throw afterwards, you could poke right there. And if you react to the punch, you know, that wasn't really reacting. That was me preemptively pressing it. You can't really react to the punch in time to poke that. Whereas with a throw, you can. So, what this means is that this is an auto shimmy. You walk up and you either just stand 1 into throw or just throw, right? And then they try to react to that, but the second punch comes out too fast to where they get interrupted. Yeah, so instead of a throw, they get hit, and you can go into a full combo, whatever it is. I don't play Cassie. Other good characters with this, I know Scorpion's got an auto shimmy off his 1-1 because it comes out fast, and so does Johnny Cage. Because if you're neutral ducking, you can't counter this, because the second hit comes out way too fast for you to react to. Whereas if you react to the punch and then a throw, you're going to get hit. If you just react to, you know, the punch as if you think it's like the throw animation, you're going to get hit. The second hit just comes out way too fast for you to do anything. And that's why auto shimmies are really powerful. And there are a few characters that have one. Just lab around, see if your character has one. Try to react to that punch, you know. See if you can react and interrupt it before the second mid comes out. Now here's an example of me doing that with Johnny Cage because I know my opponent's going to duck. So before they can press a button, I hit them with 1-2. And then full combo them. Yeah, I hit confirm into a full combo. Alrighty, so that was a lesson on shimmies and auto shimmies. I really hope you guys learned something today from this. I had a lot of fun recording this, and I hope that I cleared up what auto shimmies were for a lot of players that didn't quite know what it is. So yeah,